Yo, what's going on YouTube? Today we got Diddy's not guilty. Now what you mean Diddy's not guilty? Diddy, we don't like Diddy over here. That's all I'm saying. Keep Diddy over there. You feel me? Last video, I just dropped first video. We got back with the second video. But make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. You feel me? Me frosting on everything. Make sure y'all tune into this Twitch. Finna start streaming soon, real soon. Make sure y'all tune in.
Now, I've been on this planet a lot longer than some of you, and I've seen this guy go by many a name. Sean Combs, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy. One time it was love. Just love.
Whoa.
And, well...
Puff Daddy? Puff Daddy is crazy. Having another man call you Puff Daddy is crazy. Just imagine it. You walking down the street. All you hear is Puff Daddy. What? Diddy, I ain't gonna lie, you're tripping.
Well, now he's going by the name PDF. Or Wacko Crazy Baby Oil Parties. I don't know.
PDF.
Don't read the memes, children.
He going as a file name. PDF. Going as a file name. Like, what?
Whatever name he used, the man was untouchable. We're talking a billionaire, a mogul, a self-made legend. He once upon a time changed fashion. He launched the likes of Biggie. He owned vodka brands. He mentored Justin Bieber. He threw $1 million parties with the likes of Kanye and Jay-Z. And then suddenly he disappeared. Well, now P. Diddy is facing some serious charges. And these are like the darkest, most disturbing accusations the entertainment industry has ever seen. What's worse, well, even his own lawyer says he couldn't defend him. This is the rise of the powerful and explosive downfall of none other than P. Diddy. I remember when before they were famous was at its prime, every video at least 500,000 views. And I did P. Diddy on a whim. Now usually there would be celebrations thrown by the likes of the next new rapper, but with P. Diddy it was crickets. And now I know. He was watching it like, what did you find? And thankfully, at the time, I found nothing, but I carried on. And now, here we are. Alright, let's get into this video. Chapter 1. How Diddy became hip-hop royalty. It started unexpectedly in Mount Vernon, New York. Now, Sean Combs, he lost his father to gun violence at the age of just 2. And that loss, well, it kind of defined him. Now, in the 90s, he was interning at Uptown Records, and he quickly became a rising star. But when he was fired in 1993, Diddy didn't fold. He founded Bad Boy Records, and he launched the notorious B.I.G. Now, it was Diddy who styled Biggie.
What was he, like a producer?
Well, he would push for Juicy, which, if you don't know, was the song of the 90s. So behind the curtain, it was Diddy who gave East Coast rap its comeback. And for those of you who never knew, well, the reason they called him Diddy was because Biggie was like King Kong, and they named Puff Daddy after Diddy Kong. Now you know. When Biggie was murdered in 1997, well, Diddy dropped No Way Out, including the track I'll Be Missing You. And it became one of the best.
I think we can all agree on this. Nobody ever knew Diddy dropped music. Only thing we really knew Diddy for, and everybody don't try to sit here and cap. People mainly know Diddy for the baby oil, the Diddy parties. That's what we really know Diddy for. Nobody knew Diddy. If I go up to you right now, gun to the back of your head, name 3 Diddy songs. You're not doing that. I promise that. Nobody ever knew Diddy dropped music. Bro, what? Hey, we need to tap in with Diddy. Maybe that might be next reaction.
Rap albums of all time, even though Sting, he makes a cool $1 million or $3 million every year off of royalties for the sample. Still, it was a turning point for hip-hop. And in that moment, well, it was Puff Daddy's grief which turned into gold and made him a very famous and very wealthy entertainer. Chapter 2, Mogul Mode, the Diddy Business Empire. Now, over the next 15 years, well, Diddy, he did what no other rapper could. He became a brand empire. There was Sean John Clothing with $500 million in annual sales. There was Ciroc Vodka, a 50-50 deal that made him richer than almost any rapper alive.
I can't lie.
There was Revolt, his own media network, and most surprisingly, his hands on Justin Bieber. I didn't mean to make that sound inappropriate, although
Diddy is an accomplished person. You can't blame that from him. Not even trying to give him no credit. Not saying Diddy all good, buttery good. You feel me? Just saying. Got a little accomplishments to him in life. You can't blame him for that. You can't blame him for that.
Well, it's kind of starting to seem like it was. I don't know. In 2009, well, Diddy, he took a teenage Bieber under his wing, helping shape his early image and giving him major cosigns in the industry. Now, Diddy was everywhere. We're talking Grammy stages with Jay-Z, Sunday brunch with Kanye. He was even popping up in Hollywood films alongside Russell Brand.
Yo, should I come with green screen?
Sergio, the character he played in
green
that.
Screen might be fire.
I'm starting to think that was more like the real-life Sean Combs than ever we'd seen before. Now, Forbes, they began calling him hip-hop's first billionaire. But behind closed doors, well, the stories were starting to pile up. Chapter 3, the allegations start pouring in. Now, the first whispers, they weren't new. We're talking artists like Mace and the Lox. They had long said Diddy exploited them with unfair contracts. Now, former assistants, they described a culture of fear. Also, I gotta point out there, Dave Chappelle, he was roasting Diddy and getting people to go get him some kind of drink down the street.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, Dave Chappelle is mad funny. Dave Chappelle, oh, wrong emote. Dave Chappelle might have to be top 3 funniest comedians. He has to be. I ain't gonna lie. I'm taking him over Kevin, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That's a mean take. That's a mean take. That's a mean take. We gotta have a top 3 funniest comedians bracket. Hey, let me know who's the top 3 funniest comedians. Comment down below.
If anyone else knew what was really going on behind the scenes, just wanted to include that one there. But in late 2023, the dam finally broke. Casey, Diddy's ex-girlfriend of 10 years, well, she filed a bombshell lawsuit. She accused him of physical assault, sexual coercion, forcing her into freak-off parties with male escorts, and filming it all so he would have leverage. Now, within 24 hours, well, Diddy, he settled, but the silence, it didn't stop the noise. Now, it triggered a wave of lawsuits from other women with eerily similar stories. We're talking drugs, violence, control, and that's when the feds got involved. Unless you're Jake Paul, when the feds come knocking on your door, it likely means the end. Although Jake Paul, whatever happened with him? Remember that? Chapter 4, the raid.
That was the craziest dick suck I've ever seen in my life. Nigga gonna randomly bring in Jake Paul. Get the meat at your mouth. You gonna randomly bring up Jake Paul. Get it at your mouth. Come on, you look like you sit around and you play Valorant all day.
In March of 2025, the FBI, they raided both of Diddy's homes. We're talking LA and Miami, and they did it at the exact same time. Well, in there, they found safes, they found devices, and according to reports, over 1,000 bottles of baby oil. Doesn't take a genius to say, you only need 1 or 2. Who needs thousands? There were also party-related substances, if you catch my drift. Now, multiple alleged victims, they described those homes as trap locations for celebrity freak-off parties involving cameras, drugs, and coercion.
What's in this
the federal charges, they came quick and ugly. Sex trafficking, racketeering, obstruction, and again, assault. Now, I guess with Hugh Hefner out of the picture, someone's got to throw the wild parties in LA, but I don't know. Bad boy for life.
It's either he's drinking oil, which is bad, but it wouldn't be as bad as Pete. We're just gonna let him rock.
Now really rings true. Now things got so bad that Diddy, well, his own high-profile lawyer, Ben Raffman, well, he publicly stated he couldn't continue defending the case, and he quit, implying, well, it was indefensible. Now at this point, well, Diddy, he wasn't facing cancel culture. He was staring down the barrel of a life spent in prison. He was becoming the black version of Jeffrey.
That's really what he should deserve.
YouTube will demonetize me. Chapter 5, the silence of the industry. Now, once Diddy was everywhere, well, like I mentioned in my intro about what I've experienced, well, all of a sudden we were hearing crickets. Jay-Z, he was silent. Kanye, he posted a free puff campaign that backfired instantly.
Bro, Kanye just be with anything.
We dropped it.
Kanye be with anything. Kanye is the definition of putting your mind to it and just doing anything. I ain't gonna lie, he just be freestyling anything he do. He got like an artistic brain of a 3-year-old. Like he just puzzle pieces and don't connect them together. I don't know. I mean, it be working for him, so I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna blame him for it. But
it's coming soon.
Hey,
Justin Bieber, he denied ever being abused. He distanced himself, but then he had his own very public meltdown. We made a video on that. There were brands like Ciroc, Apple Music, and Adidas who all pulled their partnerships. Revolt, it's barely staying afloat. And former employees, they're flipping. They're offering testimony to federal investigators. Now, this isn't about one bad headline. It's about decades of fear finally catching up. The industry that once protected itself, well, it's pressed the delete button on Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, Sean Combs, Brother Love, whatever the hell you want to call him. Chapter 6, so what happens now? Now, Diddy's trial, it began in the summer of 2025, and it is currently ongoing. It's hard to keep up with the headlines, but the stuff that's hitting the press is not pretty. It's all taking place in New York, and if convicted, well, he could face life in prison. Now, he's been accused by multiple women. Some lawsuits, they're civil, others federal. The FBI has been building this case for over a year, but even if he walks free,
how long do you think they've been watching Diddy?
His legacy, it's certainly broken.
I mean, this isn't
like something you can come back from,
whenever
right?
you just
not when your empire was built on silence, and now everyone's finally talking, and every conversation seems to include baby oil. It's ludicrous. The final remix. So Sean Combs, he built.
You know what would be fire? I ain't gonna lie, Diddy. This might be an advertisement. Feel me? You might have to give me a little proportion of the branding for this. If you come out with your own Diddy oil brand, bro, imagine all the Diddy accusations you have against you, and then you have a Diddy oil brand. Tell me that wouldn't be fire. The Diddy crimp. Gonna give you some of that Diddy crimp. My hands at you. Come on, Diddy.
Built his life on control. He controlled the charts, he controlled the image, he controlled the narrative. But now, well, he certainly is in control of the outcome. The legacy he spent 30 years building is on trial. This is the remix no one saw coming. And no matter how it ends, well, there's no sting sample that he could add to this to change the flavor, the bad taste in your mouth, and get off with this one this time. So the question still remains, who was Diddy? Like, really? Seriously. I mean, was he involved in Biggie's The Unthinkable? Maybe, you know? And for that, well, that will be discussed in a future video. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. My name, of course, is Michael Crum. Feels good to be back
in the video. Hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie, Diddy, hey, he's coming home. You know, still gonna want some of the money from the Diddy oil, you feel me? Basically, but I ain't gonna lie, that's it for this video, you feel me? Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. You feel me? I'm gonna hit y'all in the next video. Hey, peace though.